Hello, welcome back. Today, another live stream. This is a work day. This is Game Master preparation, and we are talking about characters, non-player characters, the things that you make as a Game Master and Dungeon Master. And yes, there will be a slideshow. And of course, there will be some building of tools, because that is what we do here. I want to make it clear that I'm going to do this a little bit different to what I've done before. One, simply to get a head start. For those of you who want to get a head start, I'm putting up a poll right now. Feel free to take part in that poll if you want to. I'm also going to put in a prompt for those of you who are just not ready to sort of sit and wait and watch and just want to get started. I know how that is, and I totally understand. And so I've decided that I will do that a little bit differently today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a prompt, and then I will start my slideshow and I will talk about NPCs. But first of all, this is what we're doing today. We are, making 100 NPC secrets. Okay, that is the task for today. Start. And I know some of you will want to get started straight away, and some of you are just here to listen to what I have to say, and that's fine. But since there is always a workshop aspect to this live stream, I'm going to do that right now. So it's there. I have prompted you. You are welcome to get started. I have already got started. Before I started this live stream, I got started already. So I'm ready to go. But first, let's talk about the topic that we have at hand, which is Game Master preparation. And I am flipping through all sorts of different things, trying to find the right place to be. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about tabletop role-playing games. Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, doesn't matter. But this is a Game Master preparation day. This is lesson 2, building, creating, making non-player characters for your game that you can use in some way. How do you do it? That's the deal. So, the overview for today is how to come up with quick non-player characters, how to build a non-player character, how to make non-player character names or come up with them, creating the non-player character motivations, how to develop the aspects of your non-player character, lots of different things, selecting your non-player character appearance or making it in some way, constructing non-player character stat blocks. Okay, that's certainly something we'll cover because I know you're going to ask me questions about it, and miscellaneous recommendations. That is what we cover. The objectives for today are to explain how to build your non-player character for you. Okay, to demonstrate that process in some way, and we're going to make a tool. The tool today is the secrets that your non-player characters have. And I'm going to allow you some practice, so you're going to participate and help me build that list out and that tool. Okay? Right. Quick non-player characters. How do you do it? The easiest way to craft a non-player character very quickly is to get someone else to make it for you in advance. It should be obvious. So how do you do that? You go and you find resources that can give you what you need. The Game Master's Book of Non-Player Characters has hundreds of pages of ready-made non-player characters ready to go. They're there. Also, the Pathfinder's NPC Codex is full of pre-made non-player characters, not just stat blocks, but also a lot of the fluff, the information behind the character. So you could port across some of that stuff into a different tabletop role-playing game. The same with the Game Master's Book of Non-Player Characters. Any published adventure has heaps of non-player characters that you can steal, borrow, appropriate, change, modify. The internet is full of non-player character generators that make a non-player character with just a push of a button in seconds. And I would suggest, and it's not the only one out there, the website NPC Generator. You can also go and check out the Game Master's Book of Random Encounters. It has a percentile table for creating randomly generated non-player characters. And that's still going to require a bit of work on your part, but you can still do it. And there are plenty of random NPC tables in the Game Master's Book of Non-Player Characters as well. Those are my go-tos, frankly, when it comes to doing it quickly and fast. Now, building a non-player character, there's a couple of different aspects. Some things you have to do, some things you don't have to do. But we need to start at least at the beginning. And usually with a non-player character, you always start with the name. Because if all you ever have time to do is create a name, at least you have a name you can give to your players. So how do you go about generating non-player character names? So this can be done. It's an important step. You can use an electronic name generator. I have used Fantasy Name Generator. It's a website. It's very, very good. It does this fairly quickly, and it pretty much covers every type of, I guess, nationality you could possibly imagine. So if you need to get it done, and you need to get it done quickly, and you need a lot of variety, this is a good place to go. There's also the Donjon website, DONJON website, has a fantasy name generator there if you want it. The Master the Dungeon website has a name generator under resources in the tab. There's a website called Master the Dungeon. Go to that website, go to the resource section, look under name generator. You can also check out the Maker's Forge game website. This also has a name generator in the generators section or tab. There's nothing wrong with just using standard names that you have already come across or you know of, or even exotic names of people that you have met or know of. You could just do that. That's fine. It's not difficult to make a list of non-player character names that you can use later on, and it's probably one of the most important tools for a game master to ever have. Using the sample names offered in something like a role-playing game handbook or a player's handbook, under the races or species section, sometimes they give you sample names from a tabletop role-playing game handbook. D&D does this all the time, and you just go through that section and you can select some names, and you can use them not just for a player character but also for an NPC. Pop culture names from books, comics, movies, good place to pull stuff from. You can see an example of a name or an NPC list from Sly Flourish's random name generator. He's got an article and a website on the internet. You can go check that out. And he just gives you an example of what he's done. So that is the name side. You should be able to generate some names from that. Next, we have to deal with probably the next most important thing, and that is non-player character motivation. What is their motivation in the world and with regard to the player characters? So the motivation of any non-player character is absolutely vital for portraying and interacting with the player characters. So pull a simple motivation from real life that you think will fit. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Anything that would make sense in a real world, you can port over to a fantasy world or a science fiction world. Motivation tables for villains and NPCs can also be found in the Game Master Guide for almost pretty much any tabletop role-playing game. Dungeon Master Guides as well. The Game Master's Book of Random Encounters has a table, and it's just full of non-player character objectives and motivations, and it's page 239 to 244. It's a very good resource. You'll also find a bunch of stuff with regard to the Game Master's Book of Non-Player Characters. Random tables scattered throughout it, the whole place. It's everywhere. And it covers wants, needs of non-player characters. Now, wants and needs is still motivation. And then Pathfinder has a Game Mastery Guide. That's first ed edition, not the second ed edition one. The second ed edition one is no good to you. It's frankly, it's designed for a baby with no real tools in it, unfortunately. And you're much better to pick up the Game Mastery Guide, the first ed edition one. Page 94, non-player character goals. Just plenty of them. You'll have no problem figuring things out from there. Now, there are places you can get this sort of thing completely for free as tables and generators and so forth. Okay, you just have to have a look around. D&D Speak often has a lot of stuff like this. This is a website. Okay, now that we've done that, we've got our motivation. We need the different aspects for our non-player character. So how do we do that? The depth of your non-player character is created by giving them a function in the world or an occupation. It might not be the same thing. The function in your world or story or adventure might not be the same as an occupation. Personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws. You've heard of these things before if you've played 5e. And sometimes secrets. Not all non-player characters have secrets, but some will. You can go to the D&D Speak website, and there's a bunch of random tables for selecting and generating up to 100 different personality traits, villainous character traits, NPC jobs, and other aspects. I've even got some of this stuff on my own Patreon. The Spontaneous Game Master Companion on the DM's Guild website. If you look for Spontaneous Dungeon Master Companion, it's basically a resource of a list of different things you can do with your NPC to build out your NPC. I've talked about the Game Master's book of random encounters. It also has plenty of stuff for secrets, obstacles, and other aspects, okay? Many things. You also have, as it happens, the Game Master's book of non-player characters. Again, lots of different things. All sorts of details on non-player characters. A very easy way to actually develop a non-player character aspect, or the aspects to your non-player character, is to select a background from the Player's Handbook for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. You might be thinking, well, hang on, that Player's Handbook for D&D 5e, that only fits the player character stuff. No, it doesn't. It can be used to make your NPCs as well. You can randomly roll or select the personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws from those tables to build out your character. Now, anything that you can't do with that, you can do a different way. Use a different strategy. You can also roll 1 to 6 Rory story cubes. These are little cubes that look like a normal 6-sided dice, and they have different aspects and ideas, pictures written on those dice, and you're going to use them to help inspire ideas for the different aspects of your non-player character, just from the pictures on the cube. I've done this before. Sly Flourish was probably the first person to present it on YouTube, but it's it's a concept that's intrinsic to the Rory story cubes because it actually talks about doing this. You have the Pathfinder Game Mastery Guide. This lists of rewards and secrets and occupations and personality characteristics and backgrounds. Why am I not saying anything about Dungeons & Dragons 5e, the Dungeon Master Guide? Because it's not very good. That's why. Okay, and if I go back and have a look at some of the older versions of Dungeon Master Guides for that Wizards of the Coast has put out, they're not very good either. You might be better to even go back as far as AD&D if you're looking for that sort of thing, and if you've got those resources. I wouldn't go buying them though. Anyway, that's that. Let's deal with the appearance. What does our non-player character look like? Because almost always you'll find that the thing that you really need is you need to have a name, and you need to be able to describe what they look like, because players, that's the first port of call. It is important to have motivations for sure, but if you don't have the appearance, at least one thing, okay, around their appearance and a name, you've lost your players completely, and you're going to look kind of foolish. What non-player character looks like can help define them at a surface level. It's not vital, but it's extremely useful. If you don't have time to find a picture or draw a picture of a non-player character, then create one. Create one important feature. You don't even have to draw it. You just have to come up with one single physical feature that makes them stand out from every other non-player character that you've got at your table. That's it. The D&D Speak website has a random table for selecting and generating up to 100 different physical traits for a non-player character. If you have access to the internet, you will find hundreds of non-player character portraits on Pinterest. But this is actually a trap. It will suck you in, suck away your time, and all of your preparation time that you thought you were going to be able to actually build out what you need to run your game will be gone. Because if you build your character based off a picture, you run into a few different problems. I will explain. Give me a second though. You can also use Pathfinder and similar role-playing game decks of face cards. These are basically a portrait card. It's very easy. It's very helpful. It's also like hunting the internet for non-player character portraits, okay? Because you're looking for that perfect picture or image to represent the NPC that you're creating. Drawing a picture of the non-player character might be a better option for you if you feel confident in your drawing skills. But if you don't have time to do that, then of course that's not going to work. There's also things like mid-journey artificial intelligence software that can create an NPC with a few lines of descriptive text. But it can be a bit strange sometimes. You can wind up with extra eyes, extra fingers, and things in the wrong place, a leg up here and an arm down here. So you've got to be careful about using mid-journey and artificial intelligence software to create artwork for you. There's also Hero Forge, the website where you go and make custom miniatures. Don't make a custom miniature. What you do is you just make the image of the custom miniature. It's a great place to actually build an NPC. You screen capture the image, you can color it, but it takes a lot of time as well. So what is the secret to making the different aspects to your non-player character if you want to have a physical appearance, a physical picture, and you're not going to worry if you're all you're going to do is describe your character in a couple of lines of text, and that is it, you're not going to worry about a picture, you're all right. You can do everything that I've just described. But if you're going to start with a picture, or you want a picture or an image, start with the picture and image and build the character from the picture and image first. Find the image that best represents kind of what you want and use the picture to inform you how to build the NPC. That is the best way to approach this. Otherwise, all your time is lost as you try to figure out how to make it all fit. You can't squeeze a square peg into a round hole. It doesn't work. Okay, non-player character stat blocks. How do I deal with this? There's simply nothing quick about building a non-player character stat block for combat, because that's why you need it. The only reason to have a stat block is usually for combat. So don't bother thinking you can do it quickly, because you can't. Almost all role-playing games have creatures and monsters in a book or a manual with generic stat blocks for commoners and other combat NPCs. Just use them. Just port them over. Okay? Reskin, reuse. It's the best way to approach a lot of this. That can be done quickly. Pathfinder's NPC Codex is full of pre-made non-player character stat blocks, but that will only really apply to Pathfinder First Ed Edition. So if you're not playing that game, it's not going to work. You have the D-Holes House website. Now that is DHOLE, S House website. It's a huge library full of free Call of Cthulhu non-player characters. That's the stat block for them. You can go to the Dungeon website, DONJON, okay, and it has a non-player character generator. It also creates stat blocks for different game systems. Not all of them, but a lot of them. You can use the monster manual for D&D 5e, bunch of just general combatant stat blocks for NPCs in the back of that book, including the commoner. You could use the D&D 5e sidekicks. They're a medium difficulty stat block in terms of complexity. It's in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. You might also be able to pull it out of the Dungeons & Dragons Essentials kit. It's not quite complete in there, but those are different ways of doing it. You can also, if you like, and want to consider doing it this way, you can create a more complex stat block using Dungeons & Dragons 5e non-player character stat blocks. You could do this with a website called RPG Tinker. RPG Tinker, Tinker. Now, for those of you who are aware, there are so many stat blocks for D&D 5e out there and some other systems. You may even be able to go and use ChatGPT. That's right, ChatGPT, to build you a stat block for your game system. You put in some prompts and it spits it out, and it's done it quickly. There probably will be some problems. You're probably going to have to tinker with it, but it will certainly speed up that process if you need to speed up that process. Otherwise, you've got to do it the good old way, good old-fashioned way, which means you're going to have to wade through a whole lot of rules to figure out how it's all going to work. But there are ways of speeding up that process if you need to. Okay, now every time I run this program, I like to give some miscellaneous recommendations, and these are my recommendations to you. A combination of all the methods and techniques that I have talked about will help you if you're struggling with making your non-player characters. If you don't get to use the non-player character, then save it for another time. It's all right. It's not lost. Okay, it's not a waste of your time. You just reuse it some other time when you get a chance. It's possible your players will have their character kill your non-player character after you spent a lot of time working on it. All that investment in time is not lost. because often when players do this, they won't even let you spit out the name of the character. They might not even allow you to describe it. And even if they do, frankly, doesn't matter. You can reuse NPCs. Often it's quite easy to take a lot of the work you've already done when they decide to kill an NPC that you wanted to actually include into your game, and you spent half an hour or an hour working on this, and it's not lost because you can reuse them. Because as I said, player characters tend to kill NPCs fairly quickly if they're going to do it at all. And that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it. That should get you through pretty much all the things that you need to make your own stuff. Now, I hope this was useful to you. Thank you for watching and listening. I want to thank my patrons who make it possible for me to run this program. Okay, every single week I run Game Master Preparation, and every 2 months we cover non-player characters. And I make tools. That's what we're here for. This is primarily the reason for doing it. So, thank you. And wherever you are in the world, please look after yourself. Until next time, keep rolling those 20s. Just give me a second. I just need to switch this camera over. The hat is gone. I didn't even wait for you to see me and screen. The hat was already gone. Sorry, hat, but it's too much. I need my brain to work, and it was starting to sort of fog up a little bit. So I decided to ditch it very, very early. I don't know how that came across for most of you, but I'm hoping it was somewhat useful. I just need to make a note here. Something I need to consider for the future when I run this again. Things that I need to say, things that I need to include. Okay, I think I've got that. Okay, that's my note. To make sure when I go back through this again that I actually have the information, and remove this because that was superfluous and unimportant, and I want to make sure that there's no superfluous and unimportant aspects there. Okay, good. Done. I don't know how people have been doing, but I imagine you've already started the process of coming up for lots of different secrets that I can include. We're going to try to pump out 100 of these things. For those of you who think that's impossible, it's not. There's 50 in this. There's 50 different secrets in this book alone. Okay? Not 100, 50. So they're going to, of course, have to have tags and all that sort of thing, but that's beside the point. We'll get around to this. We'll get around to this. So, hello, Derp. How are you doing? Nice to have you. Calrel, nice to have you here. Nacho, not Nacho. Noroak, also a patron. Both Derp and Noroak are patrons. Thank you for being here. I see you have really been working very hard. Spy, Thief. Okay, I'm going to have to go through here, and I'm going to cut and paste. So what I've been doing, for those of you who don't know, is I've got a document. I've already started that document. And so I'm just going to keep adding to that list. I'm going to cut and paste and just drop stuff in and just build it out as quickly as possible. And of course, I will mention what you've put in place as I go. So for those of you who are not necessarily looking at the live chat or are aware of the live chat, and you can still listen to this, you'll pick up all the things that I talk about that you guys have mentioned. So anytime I see a single word, I know it needs more information to be added to it. Okay, I need to build it out. But I'm fine with you just using one word as a sort of a inspiration. That's perfectly fine too. So let's work on this. Let's make this happen. Now, for those of you who are wondering, hang on, Fred, I believe that we were working on a non-player character. Weren't we working on a non-player character set of goals for non-player characters? We never finished that table because I haven't seen it up on Patreon. You're quite right. But what I realized is that I have failed you terribly with regard to non-player characters. I haven't provided you with the toolkit. We started just making non-player characters, which is fine, but we don't have the toolkit. So I know that I need to build a list of 100 occupations and 100 NPC secrets and 100 trinkets that an NPC might have and 100 personality traits and physical characteristics, and the goals, it's incomplete, but it can be finished later, and 100 NPC backgrounds. These are all things I'm very much aware you need to have. And ideals, bonds, and flaws might, and weaknesses might be things I need to add to that list. And I want to do that. But I also know that provided everything goes right for me, in about 6 months, I will have no need to work full time. And so I have a lot more time to actually work on these things and get them done. And I don't want it to take a couple of years to get through all of the tools that you need to make NPCs. I would like them to be mostly ready to go by the end of the year, or at least in 6 months. So this is why I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit. So that doesn't mean I won't actually do that stuff. It will happen. But like I said, provided everything goes right, these tools should be mostly sorted out once I get a bit more time behind me. And that's definitely coming up. How's it going, Fred Huber? Fred Huber is also a patron. So now that I've said that, now that I've made it clear why we're doing it this way, let's start taking your ideas and plugging them in. And I'm going to do a lot of cutting and pasting. So starting at the top, since you've already started, lycanthropy. Okay, so I'm going to... So with lycanthropy, I'm assuming what we're doing is the character is a lycanthrope, a were creature. The character turns into a were creature when there is a full moon. Done. Got it. Well done. Thank you, Derp. I appreciate it. Possessed. Okay, so we take possessed. Now, I'm not showing you the document that I'm using because I need to be able to move fairly quickly, and I will. The character is possessed and controlled by a spirit. Might be an evil spirit, might not be an evil spirit, but it's possessed by a spirit. Okay, that's possessed. Sweet. Well done, Derp. Thank you. Steals flower. Now, I believe I've already done something around stealing, and I made it fairly broad. And I think we'll just mark it as thief. Thief. The character steals from neighbours, friends, and strangers. Basically, it's a thief. They're a thief. So we've got that. Thank you. Doesn't need to be specific to flower. Cheats on spouse. Now, I believe what's another word for something like cheating on somebody? I'm not too sure, but I do know that we have something like that already. That I had plugged in here, and it's something about having an affair, if I remember right. I'm not entirely sure where I stuck it, but I'm pretty sure I did include something like that. We already started this, so we've already got 16 here. I'll go through a lot of them. So far we've got a spy, a member of the royal line that is hiding, a serial killer, keeping a shameful... participating in something that's not very nice, knowing where the location of a magic item is, knowing the best place to fish or catch fish, knowing who the murderer is or the witness to the murder, a bootlegger who's making illegal alcohol, knows why people aren't swimming in a pool or lake because it's dangerous, can safely cook poisonous animals, knows how to do this, is having an affair. Yeah, the character's having an affair. Affair. I think we'll just call it affair. There we go. The character's having an affair or sexual. Probably need to do that sexual relationship with a lover. Okay, so we've got that one done. Derp, well done. Cool. Calrel, hello. Changeling. Okay, they are a changeling or a doppelganger. Now, changeling, doppelganger, I think we can probably just go with changeling. So the character is a transforming changeling or doppelganger, I think I got it here, doppelganger, posing as someone else. Ha ha ha! Dun dun dun, doppelganger. Don't know why it can't recognise that name, but maybe I just spelt it wrong. I'll come back to it. Next. Drug addict. Yes. Why not? Drug addict sounds like a good solution. Let's put that drug addict down. So, the character is dependent on a substance to get high. I think that's got it. We've got drug addict. Cool. Nose a Sprite. I'm not quite sure what to do with Nose a Sprite, Derp, but let's mark down Nose a Sprite, and I'll come back to it some of the time. And next, Warlock. What does Warlock mean? Oh, they are a Warlock. I see. An evil Warlock. The character is an evil spellcaster that performs dark rituals. I think that's what you want. Dark rituals. Dun dun dun. All right, that's number 20. A hag. Ah, yes, because secretly being a hag is a common thing, isn't it? Being a hag. Hag. The character is disguised as a I don't know, something. My mind went blank. So hag. Hags tend to disguise themselves as pretty women, don't they? Bum. I don't know. Okay. The character is disguised as a pretty woman, but is in fact a evil hag. There we go. All right. I think I got that right. Okay. Evil hag. Okay, cool. Right, that's that one done. Sells bad meat. I'm gonna find myself playing a lot of catch up, which is fine. These things happen. Sells bad meat. This will be number 22. I'm not too sure what else to do with that. I realise I'm falling behind, so let's just get this done. An exiled noble. I believe I had something like exiled noble in here. No, that's the different. This is slightly different. So exiled noble. Let's just. I'll come here and I'll put in the descriptor for that later. but the words themselves pretty much tell me everything I need to know, so that's fine. Gay. I suppose. A spear, I suppose. It's not much of a secret, but yep. Here we go. Okay. The character prefers sexual relations with the same sex. We'll just call it. We'll just call it homosexual. That's pretty easy. We'll put that down. That's fine. Secret vendetta. Oh, vendetta. Vendetta's a good one. Revenge is a what? A dish best served cold. The character seeks revenge for a perceived something. I can't remember what it is. Let's just keep moving. We're on 25. A lost fortune. Okay, that's good. Lost fortune. The lost fortune. The character knows the location of a lost treasure hoard. There you go. That's fine. Lost fortune. Sick and contagious. Ooh, bad debt. Sick and contagious is fun. I don't know if sick, contagious. Yeah, I'll come back to that. We'll put a question mark there so I know that I need to actually do something with it. 27. Bad debt. Bad debt. Well, doesn't everybody have bad debt now? Is it really a secret that everybody has bad debt? I don't know that we can actually say that's the case. Does anybody not live in debt nowadays? Abandoned family. Okay, so these are very self-explanatory. It's great that you've gone and done this. Because the word themselves, dirt, is pretty much telling this full story, and I just got to have time to actually fill in the details. But since I'm trying to work quickly, rich, yeah, a secret that they are rich, that's not a bad one either. That's pretty good. What else have we got here? Fraudulent credentials. Why not? They're not who they say they are. Okay. We'll build that out shortly, and I need a lozenge and some water. So we currently have 31 secrets, which I still have to populate pretty much, but I have been doing some of that. But as a lot of you know, I've been trying to keep these Game Master preparations to about an hour rather than 2 hours if I can. And of course, that is very much my goal again today, so I need to keep going. A thief. Well, we've got thief, a spy. I believe I had something around being a spy already, or maybe I didn't. I can't remember. I can't remember. Let's include spy though. Thief we've kind of already got. Stealing and a thief is the same thing, so that's cool. But being a spy would be a fun secret to include for an NPC. We do this a lot. A lot of our NPCs will probably be spies. A dragon. Right. Okay, so the character is a dragon that transformed into a humanoid. Okay, yes, absolutely. Let's do that one. So you've got 22 so far. I've got 33 because I started this. We actually started this about 2 months ago when we were doing the NPC goals. And so I started it and I added a bit more while I was waiting for the live stream to come up to its start time. So we actually got quite a bit. Random NPC, random race, usually commoner, random class, random everything. We need more secrets, don't worry. We're not going to run out. We're going to be all right. Herbert Humbert, the frightened, consumer of crops, eater of chickens, lord of the flatulence. And what is ogre? You've written down ogre, I don't know. Oh. Porn. What's this? Ardorn Grim was an interesting table. PDF is out there to download. Oh, okay. So it's resource. A rebel. That's a good idea. Dying. Rebel. Ogre. I'm not too sure what to do with ogre. Oh, I know. I think we can kind of cover monster. Monster. The character is a monster in disguise. Transformers in disguise. Yep, listen to monster disguise. Monster disguised. There we go. That's fine. We've got that. That's 34. Nice. We're going to add rebel now because we want rebels. They are a rebel. That didn't work. Why didn't that not work? I don't know. Rebel. They are dying. It's a good idea. Like that. Sweet pie. Okay. The character is a dying. Cheats at games is a cheat. Okay. Let's just drop that in there. I feel like that's very similar to the lying thing, but it's not exactly the same. I guess it's going to work very well for a gambler, couldn't it? A boss. I'm a bit confused by that one. What do you mean by boss? You just written the word boss, and I don't know how to sort of interpret that. Some of these, it's very easy, just single word, and I can figure out what you're trying to say. Pawn. A pawn? Yep, they're a pawn. Pawn. Understand what that means. That's fine. That's 39. Ooh, okay. Villain's Law Book. Villain's Law Book, second ed edition, AD&D, a must-have. Now, I'm not aware of this Villain's Law Book, second ed edition, but I'm sure that you're probably right. Vandal Graffiti Artist. A vandal or graffiti artist. Yes, why not? That's a good idea. They could be doing all sorts of things. Causing destruction. A saboteur. A vandal's kind of similar, but not maybe exactly the same. Graffiti artist, vandal. They sort of go together. All right, I'll figure that one out. A liar. We've got liar or incompetent. Yes, incompetent. I deal with a lot of that at work right now. Incompetent. I prefer people who are, if you're going to make a mistake, be unprofessional, but not incompetent. It is much harder to deal with people who are incompetent than if they are not professional. Inconsistent. What is, okay, inconsistent, okay. Oh, inconsistent. Man, sometimes these cutting and pasting from chat is one thing. Inconsistent. Okay, I have to think about that a little bit more. Incompetent, I can figure that one out. Inconsistent, I'm not sure how useful that is. Parent of monster. Parent of monster. Okay. Oh, I see. I think I know what you're talking about here. I don't know how to word that though. This is where, you know, somebody feeling normal winds up being, you know, relatively, you know, you got somebody who's relatively normal and they wind up producing offspring that are just as monstrous in nature. Yeah, no, we're doing great. Calrel, with the DMG R6, the complete book of villains, the complete book of villains, second edition. Oh, okay, Calrel. I didn't know. I don't have a huge collection of second edition books. I don't have a huge collection. I have about 3. The core books, that's it. The rest are good. They just need to be written in a short sentence. Yeah, yep. No, and those ones that I know I can deal with, I will. Is afraid of toenail clippings. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Fred Huber, we'll put it down though. We might be desperate enough that we need to keep the nail clippings. We might not either. I mean, who knows? We'll see, but we'll include it in the list. See my dice pick post in Discord. Some handy dice. You lost me. I don't have time to look at that. I'm in the middle of a live stream, trying to keep up with you guys, and there's still quite a lot of stuff to get through. So, I'm going to do another prompt and start working through the next batch of stuff here, because I've only just caught up to where I last posted my prompt. Okay, here we go. Has a cloning chamber in a hidden cave. Okay, that's very, very specific. I'm sure I'll figure it out. They have a clone. We could do something with cloning. I have no problems with that one. I just don't know what to do with it yet, so let's just go there. That's 45. Okay, next. Divine Ascension. The NPC knows the location of the knowledge needed to become a god. Norok, thank you for writing it all out for me. I do appreciate it. That saved me a lot of hassle. Okay. Cool. That's another one. We're almost to the 50 mark. NPC Secrets does needlepoint. It does needlepoint. Is that really a desperate? Is that really a secret that you would have to keep? The character does needlepoint. Ah, dear. You guys are funny. You really are. Okay, thank you, Fred. Divine, the NPC is secretly a god or the avatar of a god. Oh, okay. We can add that one in, no problems. The secret god or avatar of a god, yes. When we get to 50, I'll let you know. Parents killed, sends person, path a hero, path a villain. I am lost. You have completely confused me, Calrel. I can't figure that one out. Divine Infernal Fallen. The NPC knows the location of a slain fiend or celestial. Oh, I see. I see what you're trying to do here. I think we're going to simplify this though, Norok. It's going to read, I'm just going to call it Fallen rather than Divine and Infernal. I don't think that's necessary. I think we can just call it Fallen. Okay. The character knows the location of a slain fiend or celestial. Sure. Next. Has rigged gambling equipment in the casino he runs. Aha. Why not? We can do that. A cheetah. Bum bum bum. And this one I'll have to do some work with, so I'll put a question mark beside it. Okay. We have hit 50. We are halfway there. Halfway there. Secret. The NPC is actually not what they seem. They are really a dragon doppelganger. We've done that one. Undead. The NPC is undead. Okay, yes. We can do undead. We've got monster. We've got undead. They're very similar in nature, but that's fine. I'll take him. The character is an undead creature. Okay, very specific. What else have we got here? Embezzler. The NPC is embezzling funds from a business or country it is associated with. Nice. Let's take the embezzler. When I get to 60, I'm going to let you know. How's that sound? The character is embezzling funds from a business or country it is associated with. Okay, that's good. Pretty good. Well structured. Secret is a ninja or special operative. Well, that's spy. Special operative. Hello, Pale Rider. But that's spy. We've kind of got that one. Keeps a Rakshasa as a pet. That is very specific, Fred Huber. I'll put it down. Keeps a monster as a pet. I think we can put Rakshasa. Keeps a monster as a pet. I think that's what we want to say here. And we'll put here pets. The character keeps a monster as a pet. There we go. Done. Spy. He's a spy of a foreign nation in the service of a villain. Okay, yes. Right, well, you've written out the description for spy for me, so I'll just go to spy and drop that in. There it is. I don't even have to worry about writing it in now. That's mostly done. Dun dun dun. It's a spy from this. Done. Nicely done. Cool. Let's keep moving. Plays Monopoly every third Tuesday. Not a chance. Nice try, Fred Huber, but it isn't going to happen. You know how I feel about Monopoly? Dungeon expert. The NPC knows secret rooms and safe passageways through a dungeon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that one. Why not? Let's add that. I just need to rewrite it a little bit, but mostly it's done, which is great. Dungeon expert, the character knows. Here we go. Knows secret room, knows where secret rooms and safe passageways are in a dungeon. Okay, thank you. Next, Revolution. Was this League of the Scarlet Pimpernel, a secret society of 20 English aristocrats? Revolution. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with that. I kind of get the idea, and I know I want to do something with it. I just don't know what. I have to come back to that. Okay. Is life linked to a dragon? I don't know. You tell me. What was that about, Fred? I don't know. Fiend. The character is a fiend spreading evil throughout its community. Okay. We can do that. No problems. Fiend. The character is a fiend. Demon or devil. Demon or devil. Spreading evil throughout its community. Yes. Pretty spot on. Nice. We're getting close to that 60. Secret is a vampire. Well, we've kind of got the undead thing. Is allergic to peanut, but has an allergy. I think let's just go with an allergy. Okay, allergic. The character, whoopsies, the character has an allergic reaction, a specific substance. Yeah, sweet, got it. That's written up, done. Apocalypse, the character knows of or is attempting to bring about an apocalypse. Ooh, okay, that's okay. So that's I want to avoid this being a motivation, and I want it to be a secret. The character knows of. The character knows of an apocalypse or world-ending event that is planned. Okay, I think I might have to do a little bit more work with that. I just think that might have to include a little bit more apocalypse. Still a good idea, just got to figure out. Drug dealer, secret. Yes, they could be a drug dealer. Why not? A drug user, but a drug dealer. The character sells for profit. Harmful drugs to willing customers. Customers. I think I got that nailed. Okay, got it. That was easy. Allergy, the parent is lethal allergy. Doesn't revert to the fear of role. So what? Allergy. Allergy. The character has a lethal allergy it doesn't want revealed for fear of its rivals exploiting it. Neil Hodgson, hello. How are you, spiritualist? I think we've got allergic reaction nailed down pretty well, or specialist. Neil, let's have a look, see if we can put this into. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with spiritualist. A little bit confused. We just hit 60. For those of you who are wondering, how many? Yes, we hit the 60 mark. It happened. It's going to happen eventually, right? We can't avoid it forever, which means there's 40 more left to go. And I would normally stop. But I know that you guys don't want me to stop. If I don't get to say that we got 100, I know you're going to like, Fred, keep it moving. I know this. This is why we will continue. You keep throwing your ideas in, even though we're near the top of the hour. I will keep writing them down. No problems. Neil, thank you for being here, man. I know you are a patron. Next, let's do this. Undercover princess seeks restoration of her father's kingdom, building army behind scenes. Cool, blimey, that is a very specific secret. Let us take it and see what we can do with it later. I am a little unsure what to do with it. A bit of structuring required. And since you guys are working so fast and so hard, I need to just get things down. I'm going to let you know when we get to 70. How's that sound? Are we happy about that? Cultist, yes. We need somebody who's a cultist. Character is a member of a cult in the service of a nefarious entity. Yeah. Yes, the cultist has arrived. And thank you, Noroak. I do appreciate it. Here we go. Inventor actually came from a different world and is the inventing and it is patenting things from the world. Okay, I like the idea of inventor. What you've given me is a little complicated and very specific. I reckon we go with, I'm just going to go inventor. And I don't know what to do with the rest of it yet, but I will get back to that. All right, Fred, I've got it down. Okay, next, secret. They are a fence for stolen goods. Right, well, that's fence. We can't write down fence as a tag name because that would be just confusing. But I get the concept. It's a good idea. Let's put that there. Right, next, big bad family. Why is it so much? The character is related to the BFG or its allies, minions. Okay. I think we could just call it bad family. I think we'll just call it bad family. Bad family. Bum bum bum. Good idea though. Nice one. The character is related to the big, bad, evil guy, or their allies and minions, or their allies. I think that'll do. I think that's pretty good. Not bad. Bad family. Achilles heel. That's heel as in healing, not heel. It's the wrong heel. We need a different heel. I'm pretty sure that's 2 E's, isn't it, rather than 1 E. So if we get that, and then we're almost there. Heel. Achilles heel. Heel. There we go. That's an easy fix. The character has a severe weakness it wishes to hide. Yes. Bum bum bum, and we're going to make up a list of weaknesses for an NPC sometime. I think we have monster weaknesses, but not NPC weaknesses, which might be a little bit different, might not. Actually, it might even not be necessary now I think about it. Anyway, heal. Secret is a poison maker. Good lord. A master poison maker, Pale Rider. A master poison maker. So, let's just... Whoopsies. Did something. What did I do? I pressed a button. Didn't make it work. Okay, cool. Nobleman cultist may deal with an entity to help him overthrow king. We've already got cultists as a thing right now. So I don't know that we need to deal with it again. Threat. The character seeks the adventurer down. Oh, it's specific to them. That's a good one. I think we could call this rival. Let's call this rival. If Nacho Man was here, he would be so pleased. The character seeks the adventurous party downfall. Adventuring party's downfall. Yes. Yes. Let's do that. It's down. Okay. Their secret. They are fallen paladin or knight. Okay. All right. Dishonored. Fallen. I feel like dishonored. Dishonored. The character is a fallen paladin or knight who is disgraced. Bum bum bum. Yep, that's good. One more and we have 70 people. Monstrous kin. The character has a family member who was born as or became a monster. Okay, we've got a lot of... I think we've got enough monster stuff going on here, people. We can probably work our way away from that. But yes, that's fine. We'll put that in. That's a little bit different to what we've already got. We have 70. We hit the 70 mark. There you go. I need a drink of water. And we'll work... Now, I'm going to let you know when we hit 80. When we get to 80, different secrets, I will let you know. How's that sound? All right. I have a feeling we will easily hit 100. I think you will because, as I said, there's 50 in this. I don't know if you guys have already gone over them. You probably have. The character is a deadly diseased. I think we're going to call that diseased. Sick is one thing, but that's, yeah, we can probably go diseased. Diseased. Disease. The character has a deadly contagious disease. Bum, bum, bum. Yes. Okay. We're on our way towards 80. Legendary lore. Oh, okay, here we go. Legendary lore, what have you got here? You've got something. The character knows a piece of legendary lore, such as the location of legendary artifact or creature. Knows a piece of location of an artifact. It's kind of like the magic item one, legendary lore. I think let's just keep it very broad. I would like to keep it much more broader than that, just to keep it from being not quite as useful. I think it's going to be better if, I like the idea, I just think we need to just broaden it out. Secret. What have you got here, Pale Rider? Let's see what you've cooked up as our secret here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm not sure what to call this. The character has knowledge that has been magically suppressed, so they are not aware they have a secret. Oh, good Lord. I don't even know. What am I supposed to call that? Magically suppressed. Okay, so, yeah, we'll have to come back to that one. That's a tricker. Talk about a twist. Assassin. The character is an assassin in the service of an unknown party, agency. I think that is a brilliant idea. That makes a lot of sense. We haven't got an assassin as a secret. Secret assassins. Dun, dun, dun. Good. Cool. It's an assassin in the service of an unknown agency. Woohoo. Okay, cool. That's that one down. Moving towards, the villain is the father of one of the players. Okay, the villain is the father of one of the player characters. Oh, that is okay. Right. I think we need to have villain. Villain. The character is the villain. The party of adventurers is looking for. I think we add that one in. That gets us further along our now this is the twisty one that you've got here. We're going to come back to that. I'm just going to keep going. But it did give me, I mean, most obvious one is like, you've got an NPC, it's in fact the villain. Wears contact lenses or glasses. Okay, so we're dealing with magical contact lenses, basically. Okay, that's fine, done. This is not going to be pretty. This document is not going to look pretty. I'm just getting, to get 100 down in the time frame we're dealing with is going to be, and even for you guys who work like a horse and very fast, is still going to be difficult. So, I love the Scarlet Pimpernel as a kid. So did I. I always thought it was a fantastic story. Also like the Count of Monte Cristo, one of my favourite stories as well. And there was a Monte Cristo movie many years ago that included, and I can't remember his name. I always thought it was reasonable. Reasonable. Anyway, the villain has a requisite family member of one of the players. Yep. Okay. I think I got that down. Villain family classic. Yes. Very Star Warsy. There's a life linked to a dragon explanation. You have to kill both to kill either. All right. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. This is like Dragonheart, isn't it? Character has the location of all the parts of Vecna memorized. Oh, that's a doozy, that one. Let's put that there. It is probably not something that is going to survive, frankly, because Vecna is an IP, and you know how I feel about IP stuff. But I've marked it down. So have I? Oh, okay. So I can. I'm here. I got up to Fred and his Vecna memorizing stuff. I can put in a new prompt. Keep us moving forward until you guys run out of ideas, and then I will have to finish the rest of it off myself, won't I? That's life. Life in the fast lane. So, secret. The character has a very dangerous infant monster as a pet. Okay, we've got the pet thing going already. Barkeep is running a underground railroad helping slaves in the area. Ah, right. Okay. I like the idea. We'll get rid of the barkeep idea, and we'll just go with the... I'll just call it escaped slaves. Love that. Good stuff. Lovely. Escaped slaves. The character is running an underground railroad helping slaves escape captivity. I believe that is there. Cool. Captivity. All right, one more and we're on 80. Slaver. The character is a black market slaver. Well, there we go. We got both of them now. Okay. We've got the slaver and the person who helps the slaves escape. Nice. Dun, dun, dun. For those of you who are wondering, why am I saying character rather than NPC? Because an NPC is still a character. It's just a non-player character, and really don't think we need to worry about the distinction as such. Okay. The character is a black market slaver. Okay, we got 80. There we go, 80. We've done cultist. Scary pants. The character is easily frightened but pretends they are. Okay, no, that's a good idea. No, I like it. All right, we've got it. I'll just crack that in. I'm going to let you know we get to 90. How's that sound? Skitty pants. Is easily frightened but pretends they are brave. Yes. Good. Secret. The character is a bedwetter. How did we get to this one? I'll put it down. If we look like we're desperate, it's not going to survive, people. A bedwetter. Do you really want to put that into your NPCs? Is that something that really stands out for you? Call fence for stolen goods. Pawnbroker. I suppose you could call it pawnbroker. I feel like pawnbroker is not quite so accurate, though. Now that I think about it, when I think about a pawnbroker, it's not quite the same thing. Fred, let me guess, you have an issue with pawnbrokers. The character is a time traveler. This is a good one. Pale Rider. I like this one a lot. Let's transfer this little sucker over. We had bedwettering before, but Time traveler. The character is a time traveler. Is a time traveler. Time traveler trying to right some wrong or wrong some right. Is that really, if you were a time traveler, would that really be what you would be doing? Is it possible to have a time traveler that just goes and observes stuff? I think most time traveler stories usually involve righting a wrong or wronging a right. So, yeah, okay. All right, no, we'll stick with that. That's fine. It's fine. Let's keep it going. Snake oil salesman is rather long, but sells fake poison. Yeah. I think the easiest way, snakes, I'm going to call it dodgy salesman. Do you guys know what dodgy means? I know it's what we refer to in New Zealand as being somebody who's bad or can't be trusted. I don't know if it's necessarily an expression that you use in North America though, or around the world. So I'm going to put dodgy salesman, who sells fake poisons and medicines. Okay. Woodland help. Really? What's this? Kind of interesting. Oh, I can see the bottom of the chat, man. I'm getting so close. I might catch you. I wouldn't. Here we go. So woodland help. The character has a dryad living in their garden that helps with their crops. That's very specific, but highly entertaining. And we will keep that there. That gets us closer to our 90. False prophet. Ooh, Norok. What do we got here? Don't know if I've got it right. Okay. False prophet. The character is a false religious chosen one. Okay. Yep. I think false prophet. I might need to do a little bit more of that. We'll see how we go. Call the magic suppressed secret Jason Bourne. Funny love. The character has a secret forbidden love. Okay. Yes. Let's go hidden love. Hidden love. And we'll just drop that in. Character has a secret or forbidden love. We're getting closer to that 90 now. The evil NPC has a symbiote mother and plans on dumping its young in the water supply. It's very, very specific. We'll grab that. I'm not sure what to do with it, but where did that come from? What movies have you been watching? What stories have you been reading? Here we go. Okay, very good, very good. Born of a god or demigod. Okay, yes. I think we're going to have to call it demigod. Demigod. The character is the offspring of a god goddess or deity. One more, we're on 90 people. Terrible twin. I don't have to scroll down anymore. I can see the bottom of the chat. Ooh, I caught you, people. I'm getting there closer. Terrible twin. Let's do this. That'll be 90. That is it. There we go. We're on 90 now. I'll let you know when we get to 100. The character has an evil twin or doppelganger. Terrible twin. Okay. It's nice and general, so that works for me. Cool. We can call it, I'm going to let you know when we get to 100. We're almost there. We can call it nav instead of a vector. Yeah, I suppose we could. I will figure out what to do here. It's all right. Smuggler. Oh, we're going to have a, yes, we want to have them be a smuggler. For something. Smuggle some sort of illegal product. Yes, smuggler. The character transports and sells illegal wares and goods. Yes, or goods or products. Yeah, sweet, nice. We're in the pipe now. Android. Oh, the character is a robot for another world. I like the idea. Android. Does it need to be another world though? The character is an android or realistic looking robot. Yes. Nice. No, bedwetter was a joke. Okay, all right. I'll take the bedwetter out. That puts us back a bit because of the bedwetting thing. You know, bedwetter was a joke. So, unfortunately, as I have taken out bedwetter, we are now back to 91, not 92. Okay, so we're a little bit further away. Dragon tamer. The character knows how to tame and or control dragons. Yes, like as in Train Your Dragon. A very good movie, frankly. I enjoyed it a lot. Do they get better? I don't know about that. But we now have the character knows how to tame or control dragons. And I think that is a good one. Bom, bom, bom. Good one. Here we go. Collector. The character collects trophies of their victims' heads, hearts, and whatever parts. That is gruesome. Gruesome, but we will include it. Because we can. The character collects trophies of their victims. And I need to put this head, hearts. Head, heart, organs, teeth, etc. Full stop after the bracket. Okay, cool, got it. That's in. All right, we're on our way. Portal porter. What's a portal porter? All right. I was about to click it on and cut and paste it, and yeah, the thing moved. It was like, darn. Darn. Okay, here we go. Portal porter. The character knows. The character knows how to open portals to other planes. I like it. It's a good one. You do use dodgy in the States? Well, good, because I'm using dodgy today. Could be right, a wrong, a right, or seek knowledge. Yes. Could be right or wrong. Yeah, I think that might be. I think that's a better way of describing it, Pale Rider. I still like the idea. I still think it's definitely worthy of the list. I think what I do is I will just adjust it a little bit, trying to right a wrong, or wrong, a right, or seek knowledge. Yes, yep, we have done it. That's that bit done. Adjusted. Character really needs to learn the secret of bacon. I'm leaving that one off. Mutant. The character was born a mutant or became one through unfortunate circumstances. Yes, why not? Yeah. They're not a monster, they're just a mutant. It's very X-Men, isn't it? The character was born a mutant or became one through unfortunate circumstances. Brilliant. Nice. Cool. Moving on. Future sight. Pale Rider. The character dreams of the future. Dreams or sees the future. I think that's what we're really looking for, right? That's, I think, ultimately you're trying to do. Call, blimey, I don't know. So many different ideas. If you could keep up with them, I know I struggle. I'm so close to catching to you guys. The character dreams or sees or has visions of the future. Okay, future sight, got it. Has a bottle of water from the fountain of youth. I like that one. I don't know what I call it as a tag name, but I still like the idea. Really good. Let's just stick it in and then come back to that later. Next. Kaboom. The character will soon spontaneously explode. Oh, really? that's kaboom. That's a tricky secret to find out. So you find out the hard way. How do you find out that secret? The character will soon will spontaneously explode. The character will spontaneously explode in the near future. In the near future. Is that kind of like, isn't that from Heroes? There's a character in Heroes, the TV series. Fantasy nerd, the character. Oh, what is this? What have you got here, Norok? The character is a fantasy nerd who enjoys the concept of other worlds and is designing their own. Yeah, you got me. All right. I should have read it before I highlighted it. Okay. Secret passage. The character knows a secret passage into the royal palace. Okay, yes. Very, very specific, but we'll still put it down. And there's a secret passage into the royal palace. Pa-da! Pa-pa-pa-da! Wishful is owed 3 wishes from a genie. Oh my gosh. We actually have spy, so secret agent is kind of covered already. But wishful. Let's do wishful. Wishful. The character is owed 3 wishes. Wishes from a dingeon. Okay, I got it. Would you like to know? We just hit 100 secrets that an NPC could have. Now, I'm not telling you that this thing is complete and ready to rock, but it, like the basic gist of it, with a bit of work, could be filled out, and she is done. So I think that was pretty good. I'm quite impressed. Truth Seeker. Okay, well, let's mark that down. I'll put down Truth Seeker just in case we have some that are sort of duds that we need to replace. That's all right. I'm not suggesting there will be some duds, but there may be. Sometimes there are things I just find that have repeated themselves and we've already done. DMPC, the character is actually the DM. Oh my god, Hangman. The character was once unsuccessfully hung. I like this. What about fugitive? On the run from the law. It's an extension of your idea, okay? But I like the idea of hangman. This is kind of like Hang 'em High, Clint Eastwood, isn't it? The character was once unsuccessfully hung. Fugitive. The character is a criminal on the run from the law. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, nice. Oh, we're not stopping. Okay. All right. I'll just let you guys. You can keep going if you want to. I might need to go to the toilet though. I mean, I've been here for an hour and a half. I've been drinking water and trying to keep up with all this, and I've been talking the whole time. That doesn't help. And I need to drink more water. So, lost race. The character is part of a long forgotten race. Okay. I'm not really sure how that works, but it's quite an interesting concept. Musician. Yes, I would like to show people what I have typed up from your ideas. As I said, it is not complete. So if you guys stop, then I can actually show you the Google document, okay? And you can see where the holes are and what needs to be done. But, I mean, generally the basic gist, and I'll tidy it up. It'll go onto Patreon. I don't think it'll necessarily go onto Patreon this week, but we'll see. Musician. The character is a great singer. Singer or musician. I know, reluctant musician. Reluctant musician. It's a great singer or musician that is terrified to perform on a stage or on stage and in front of crowds. That's kind of like Coyote Ugly, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let me show you the documents that you guys have pulled off today. Okay. Because I think it is time to show you what you have achieved. This is why my patrons are the best, man. This is why my patrons and subscribers are the best, because you guys just outstanding in terms of getting stuff done really, really quick and really good ideas. I have to say it. It's true. And what I love about it is we wind up making stuff that all of you can use, which is like saves you so much time, I'm sure. Anyway, 100 secrets. Secret non-player character. 100 secrets non-player characters. So we have spy. We have part of the royal line. A serial killer. I don't know what exactly this one is. I am still confused by it, but I'm going to move past. They know where a magic item is. They know the best place to catch fish. They are the witness to a murder, or they know who the murderer is. They are a bootlegger trafficking illegal alcohol. They know why people shouldn't swim in the pool or lake because it's dangerous. They know how to cook poisonous animals. They're having an affair. They are a thief, steal stuff. They are a liar and fabricate and fake everything. They are aware of somebody else's secret. Lycanthrope, they are a weird creature and turn into one in a full moon. They're possessed by a spirit or something. They're a changeling that's transformed and is now disguised as someone else. They're a drug addict. Knows a sprite. I don't know what knows a sprite is all about. I'm going to just keep moving past. There are warlocks that are an evil spellcaster that performs dark rituals. They're a hag disguised as a pretty woman, but they're actually an evil hag. They sell bad meat. They're an exiled noble. they're a homosexual. I don't know why we needed to have that one necessarily there, but anyway. Vendetta. The character is seeking revenge for a perceived slight. Perceived slight. I think that's something, yeah, I'm still kind of, I'll work on that. Lost fortune, they know the location of a treasure hoard. They are sick. They have some bad debt, so they're in debt to somebody. They have abandoned family. They're really rich, but they don't flaunt it. Fraudulent credentials, so they're not who they say they are. They're a spy. They're actually a dragon transformed into a humanoid. They're a monster in disguise. They're a rebel. They're dying. They cheat at games. They're a boss. I'm not quite sure about that one. Pawn. They're a pawn in somebody else's game. They're a vandal or graffiti artist. They are incompetent. They're inconsistent. I'm not too sure about that one. Parent of a monster. So they're a parent of a monster. They're afraid of toenail clippings. I'm not sure that that's particularly exciting, but anyway. Has a cloning chamber in a hidden cave. They might be a clone. It could be a clone, yes. Divine ascension. The character knows the location of knowledge they are needed to become a god or goddess. Or goddess. They do needlepoint. Divine. The character is secretly a god or an avatar of a god. Fallen, the character knows the location of a slain fiend or celestial. They rig gambling equipment in a casino. They're undead. They're an undead creature. Embezzler, so they embezzle funds from a business or a country. They have a pet monster. They keep a pet as a monster as a pet. They're a dungeon expert, know where all the secret rooms are, secret passageways in a dungeon. Revolution, about the Scarlet Pimpernel. I still haven't figured out how to write that up, but let's move on. Fiend, the character is a fiend, demon, or devil, spreading evil throughout the world. They're allergic. They've got allergic reactions to specific substances. Apocalypse, they know of an apocalypse or a world-ending event that is planned. Drug dealer, they are a spiritualist. I'm not sure what that's all about. Again, I'm not sure. They're an undercover princess seeking restoration of her family's kingdom, building an army behind the scenes. Okay, I don't know what to do with that yet, but we'll get there. Cultist, they are a cultist. They're an inventor. They've invented something. I'm not sure how to structure that one. They're a fence for stolen goods. They have a bad family. Their character is related to a big bad evil guy or gal. Big bad evil guy, or I think we're going to get rid of allies. I'm just going to gal. Okay, guy, girl. Achilles' heel. They have a severe weakness. They're wishing to hide. They're a poison maker. They are a rival and seek to take out the adventuring party. They're dishonoured, a fallen paladin or knight. They're a monstrous kin. Their character has a family member who is born or has become a monster. They are diseased and contagious. They have legendary lore. They know a lot of stuff. They know that magic's being suppressed. I'm whipping past that. Assassin. They are an assassin in the service of an unknown agency. They are the villain. They are the villain of the adventure. We'll get there. Their father is the villain. Wears contact lenses and has true sight. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but we'll get there again. Character has a location of all the parts of Vecna memorized. Escaped slaves, so they help slaves to escape from their captivity. And then there's the slaver. Those that are a black market slaver. Yeah, you're gonna live a long time. Scaredy pants, so they get frightened and they pretend to be brave. Time traveller, so they time travel for various reasons. They're a dodgy salesman. Yes, we have that dodgy salesman that sells that snake oil, those poisons, those medicines that don't really work. Woodland help. The character is a dryad living in their garden. Has a dryad living in their garden that helps with their crops. False prophets. They're not really the religious leader that they say they are. Hidden love. They have a secret or forbidden love of some kind. This one I'm going to dismiss. Demigod, the character is an offspring of a god, goddess, or deity. Terrible twin, the character has an evil twin or doppelganger. Smuggler, they transport illegal wares and products. They're an android. The character is a android or a least realistic looking robot. Dragon tamer, knows how to tame and control dragons. Collector, collects trophies of their victims' head, heart, organs, teeth. They are a porter. They know how to open portals to other planes. Mutant, they are either born or become in some way through circumstances. They are a mutant. Future sight, the character dreams, has visions of the future, has a bottle of water from the fountain of youth. Kaboom, the character will spontaneously explode in the near future. Oh dear. Secret passage, the character knows a secret passage into the royal palace. Wishful, the character is owed 3 wishes from a genie or djinn. Truth seeker, hangman, the character was once unsuccessfully hung. Fugitive, the character is a criminal on the run from the law. Lost race, the character is part of a long forgotten race. And reluctant musician, the character is a great singer or musician but is terrified of performing on a stage and in front of crowds. And my gosh, that's a lot. Done. Not done completely, but I'm done. I don't know if you're not done, but I know I'm definitely done. I'm out of power. I'm running on empty at this present time. I see that you guys want to add in a few more barbecue. You're getting naughty now. I can see. Hello, Overboard. How you doing? Nice to have you here. I will have to add in a couple more of these little ideas here because I know that if I don't, people are going to get upset. We don't want that to happen. Not the worst ideas in the world too. So that's nice. Pacifist. Oh, we're going to have a pacifist. At least we didn't have a sadist. They're secretly a sadist and enjoy causing pain. I guess that's something. Anyway, I'm going to end this poll. We are done for today. Now, I want to warn you, I will not be live streaming tomorrow because I have a work training session. It takes all day. It will run through the period where I would normally live stream. It would be no point in me doing any kind of live streaming tomorrow. I will release a video tomorrow at about 7 a.m. in my country, okay? So those of you who want to check that out, you can. If you've seen a lot of my stuff, you probably won't be very interested. I believe the video I'm going to release is Villain Action Layers. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be released tomorrow. No live stream, but I will come back the next day. That means we're going to miss out on doing character building this week. I'm sorry. I had to bump something, and character building is just a giant headache right now, frankly. but I'm sure I will finally get out of the headache. But anyway, we will come back to it next week, character building. So that won't be happening tomorrow, but we'll go back into a normal process. And we will be covering this week, we'll be doing Dungeons & Dragons 5e rules. I'll be doing some demonstration on the basic rules. I've got a slideshow for it, so I'll do that. And I will also be doing a monster. We've got a monster lined up from Esper's Emporium of Esoterica, and I will be doing, at the end of the week, I'll be designing and making a playable zombie race, or a playable zombie or undead race or species, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's what's happening this week. Anyway, do you give your non-player characters secrets? Yes, 58%. Just watching, 23%. Not sure, 17%. Okay, out of 17 votes. Well, now there's no excuse. You can give your non-player characters secrets. Because we just did 100 different secrets. Some of them are a bit more fleshed out than others, but frankly, there's plenty for you to work with. You'll be good. And when I get a chance, I will put the final document up onto Patreon. But till then, you'll just have to deal with this live stream. I know that's not great as an answer, but that's what my answer is for now. Anyway, I better get going. I'm going to let you go and do your own thing. So huge thank you to everybody who's been here watching and listening. Thank you for taking part in the poll. I really need to thank all of my patrons, because without my patrons, this is just not possible. Okay, that's literally, it is just not possible. The reason I'm doing a playable zombie race is because a lot of my players get themselves killed a lot. It's got nothing to do with me. They just have a death wish. Okay, so I need to have a playable zombie as an option in my game. So that's why we're building it. It's the only reason, frankly. Otherwise, I wouldn't even bother. Yeah, so thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to everybody in the chat who's been throwing in during the live stream all of their ideas. So Pale Rider, thank you. Fred Huber, Overboard, thanks for being here. Noroak, who's been doing a brilliant job, as well as Pale Rider and Fred Huber. And Neil Hodgkinson, I believe, was here a little while ago. He might have had to have left at some point. I don't remember. There's a lot of people. There does tend to be Cal Rowell. Thank you for sharing your ideas. Derp, who got us on running real fast at the very beginning, gave us a whole lot of different ideas. Really, just a single word, and I had most of the information that I needed to get the rest of it done, which I do appreciate when you can communicate very, very quickly the concept and idea to me. That makes it much easier during a live stream to do stuff. But it's also great when you write everything out as well. I'm going to say it that honestly does save a lot of time. Doesn't save me doing no work, but it does save a lot of time. So thank you for doing that. I do appreciate it, Derp. And Noroak, Fred Hooper, and everybody else. So if I missed you, was not my intention, okay? Was not my intention. So wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee early morning, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours, unless they're a zombie, okay? If they're a zombie, you can bash them in the head. That's fine. But till next time, keep rolling those 20s.